of DFS greatness. Let's get to it, man. Season's down to 2 games, man. What a hell of a season. San Francisco, Green Bay Packers, Tennessee Titans, Kansas City. Didn't see the Titans making it this far, but at the end of the day, that's why we play the game. Let's get to it, man. Before I start my video, you like the content, you feel like this video is helpful, subscribe to my channel. Let's get to it, man. I'm just giving you guys some great picks, man. Great strategies to make great lineups, man. Let's get to it. At quarterback, my favorite quarterback of the slate is definitely Patrick Mahomes, man. Loving his matchup against Tennessee Titans. It's 7,700. I feel like it's a really good matchup, man. Good price tag. He's $1,800 more on FanDuel. Good matchup, man. Can't even complain about it. He's getting around 3.1 rush attempts a game. Last game, man, the guy just went off. I didn't even see all this coming against Houston. Like, Houston was up 24-0, and they came back, man. 5 touchdowns. That's just incredible. 5 touchdowns last week, man. 7 rush attempts, 53 yards. Incredible numbers, man. The reason why I like Patrick Mahomes the most is my favorite quarterback. Last time he played the Tennessee Titans, he went off against them, man. His matchup, I feel like, is the best matchup among quarterbacks, as the Titans has allowed the 6th most points to the position last 4 weeks of the regular season. Also, Mahomes beat them for almost 30 fantasy points in Week 10. So all that said, man, definitely like Patrick Mahomes. I just feel like the Tennessee Titans is vulnerable at the defense position, because I feel like this game will be a shootout. It's just really, I just feel like the game is like this. If Tennessee Titans get a lead, they're going to pound Henry. So if it turns to a shootout, it's going to be a different ball game. But if Titans get a lead, they're going to pound Henry, eat the clock up. And if they eat the clock up, pound Henry, Titans going to the Super Bowl. Simple as that. Because, you know, the way Henry's running, teams are scared to stop this guy, man. This guy's like, Henry's like a freak of nature right now. But definitely, Patrick Mahomes is my favorite quarterback. I love the position. But if I did try to go get another cheap quarterback, I do not see nothing wrong if you guys want to go get Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the only quarterback I would get. I like him also. At the price tag of $5,200, he's on $2,400 more on FanDuel. So I like that against Green Bay defense. Green Bay defense wasn't too impressive for me last week. Russell Wilson did everything he could, almost beat them. But at the end of the day, man, Russell Wilson did not have no help, and also Seattle did not have a defense at all. So, all that being said, I just feel like if you want to go cheap, Jimmy is a good quarterback to go put in your lineup. Do not see wrong with playing Jimmy. I feel like he's very safe. And at the running back position, my favorite running back is Derrick Henry. This guy just been a freak of nature, man. Last game, 30 rush attempts, 195 yards. That's just ridiculous, man. 66-yard runs. Did y'all see the stiff arm on Earl Thomas? That was like a Madden stiff arm, man. He had a guy running back to the other sideline. Incredible, man. This guy just been playing pretty good, man. He's very quiet, just get the job done. He's more worried about the team, not worried about himself. So I definitely like players like that. Right now, man, he's averaging around 28.9 fantasy points a game. He's 1,100 more on FanDuel. Definitely like Derrick Henry. The rush attempts are safe. Getting around 1.6 pass targets a game. Definitely like him a lot, man. I feel like he's probably the best running back in the slate. If you want to go put him in your lineup, just Derrick Henry, man. The offense is leaning on Henry. Nothing you could say about it, man. I feel like he's the hottest running back right now. He has rushed for a combined 588 yards and 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games. The last time Henry faced the Chiefs back in Week 10, he crushed them for 33.1 fantasy points. So basically, man, Titans win to the Super Bowl. It's on Henry back, though. It just really depends what kind of defense Titans want to throw at him and try to stop Henry, man. If they can't stop, if Kansas City can't stop Henry, man, they're gonna be in trouble. That's all I can say. Definitely gonna throw Henry in there. And another running back, a lot of people last week didn't play Tevin Coleman. I saw one guy was mentioning Tevin Coleman. I didn't touch him. I had him on my line. I took him out. I played Mustard. But Mustard, he got hurt last week. So you definitely want to keep on the injury status. I think it was a hamstring, and he was kind of sick too. So if that happens again, if Mustard's kind of nicked up, you definitely want to have exposure to Tevin Coleman. And also Tevin Coleman and Michael, what's his man, Breida. Definitely had exposure to both of those guys. If we go down that road, you just don't know how, it happens that way, man. Because Tevin Coleman last week, I think he's $800 more on FanDuel at the 5,700 price tag with Coleman. It's not bad. Just don't know how the game plan gonna be. He dropped 26 fantasy points last week. It was crazy because I know nobody played him. Rasul Mustard is 4,300, so he's way cheaper than Coleman. I just kind of tricky. If Mustard is playing, I'll go get Mustard if he's not hurt. But just one of them things. Just keep an eye on. I didn't really mention Aaron Jones that much because last week Dalvin Cook was smothered, man. He couldn't do nothing. San Francisco got one of the best defenses in the league, so if you do want to pay up with Aaron Jones, you can go that direction, but I'm probably not going to have no exposure to him because they got a smothering defense, so I feel like more of the game plan will go down to A-Rod hand trying to throw the ball to score touchdowns. If you want to go that direction with that. Yeah, man, that's probably my favorite running backs, Coleman, and Derrick Henry. Just keep an eye on any sleepers. Matt Breida. Keep an eye on Mustard on play. Definitely have some exposure to Matt Breida. I'm just gonna throw some Mustard in there for now. And the wide receivers, you got Devontae Adams, man, but I just feel like he's going against a different animal. Is Richard Sherman, man? That guy, he's a veteran. He's motivated, and he's definitely gonna talk his shit to him. He's not gonna play. So I feel like he's gonna have a lot to prove, man. Sherman, man, because he just feel like people talk about him. He's just gonna be motivated to go against Adams. He's definitely gonna be in man coverage against Adams the whole game. I know that for a fact. Because Adams, he's a good receiver, man. Just Seattle last week was just terrible, dude. It just was terrible. Because Adams last week, just his game script was ridiculous. That's A-Rod favorite target, 11 targets, 8 reception, 160, 2 touchdowns, man. That's just crazy numbers. They just like playing Madden how bad Seattle defense was. He's $400 cheap on more, $400 more on FanDuel. Last 3 games, guy been smashing, averaging 19.1 fantasy points a game, man. Getting around 10.6 targets. You want to go put him in your lineup. Do nothing wrong with playing Devontae Adams. But I just feel like this week I'm gonna release that. Excuse me. I'm gonna release that cheater this weekend. At 7,200, man. Tyreek Hill is my favorite wide receiver this weekend. I love the matchup against the Titans. Last week he didn't do much because they leaned on Kelsey because most of the time Texans was grabbing him. That was pretty funny. He's $200 more on FanDuel. The reason why I like Tyreek Hill right now, man, last time he faced the Tennessee Titans, he crushed them for 11 receptions, 157 yards and 1 touchdown, 33 fantasy points on 19 targets. That was crazy, because a lot of people was disappointed in Hill last week. I told you guys to go get him, but, it's just how the game script goes, They went to the weak side. They was hurting their tight end, so, they got torched. So I definitely Tyreek Hill. That's my favorite wide receiver. I love the matchup this weekend. Definitely gonna have some exposure to Tyreek Hill. Another receiver that I like a lot. Definitely like Deebo Samuels. Man, that one guy played pretty good last week. If I were a cheap receiver against Green Bay. Last week he just had 8 targets. He $800 more on FanDuel at the 5,500 price tag. Do not see wrong with throwing this guy in your lineup. He's a good receiver. And cheaper receiver, Sammy Watkins at 4,600. Last week, Sammy Watkins, he hit around 2 targets last week, but it was pretty good. I like the matchup against Sammy Watkins. Hold on, let me double check. I think he had more than 2 targets. I don't think he hit on 2 targets. Okay, that's all I figured. 2 targets, 76 yards. Yeah, he had a pretty good game last week, man. This is a sleeper play. Um, Low risk, high reward. I mean, it's low risk. He's pretty cheap. You want to throw him in your lineup. You know, he should be able to get you a high reward. And Lazard for Green Bay, he's cheap, but he's questionable. I don't know if he's gonna play or not. And and this other guy here, Bourne. If anybody played him last week, the guy Kendrick Bourne, man, I love him playing him. If someone cheap, if you want to stay, don't play Patrick Mahomes, go get Jimmy. I definitely like Bourne in the lineup for 4,200. The guy crushed last week. He had 13 fantasy points on 5 targets. He's $1,200 more on FanDuel. If you want to go get a cheap play, definitely like Bourne in your lineup. Did not see wrong with playing this guy. Just locking him in. And you got a Hardman. 3,800 drawing on Allison. These Green Bay receivers, man, are so suspect, man. They just be in the closet most of the game. You just don't know who you're going to play. That's why they lean so heavily on Devontae Adams. Pretty sad, but, that's how we play the game. So a cheap receiver, I'm just going to throw in Bourne 4,200. And I'm definitely going to have Tyreek Hill. That's a lot of cap, 17,000 left. Let's get this tight end position. My favorite's Kittle. Kelsey, both questionable. I'm pretty sure they're going to play. But 3,700. You can't go wrong with throwing Jimmy Graham in your lineup, man. Last week, that guy, man, played pretty good. He had 4 targets last week. Just around 8 fantasy points. Guy was just like a stud. It was a sleeper play. I saw him talking about him early that morning, man. Jimmy Graham, he came to play, man. He ain't the old Jimmy, but the Jimmy got through. If you want to go throw him in your lineup, nothing's going to play Jimmy Graham. And also the top tight end, Travis Kelsey, dropped 44 fantasy points last week. $700 more on FanDuel. That was like a crazy game, Travis Kelsey, man. Like first half, he was just like ridiculous. I think he got a little hamstring injury, but he still came back and ball. Hopefully, George Kittle will have a better game. He didn't do much last week. He probably burnt a lot of people. He had 5 fantasy points. $1,200 more on FanDuel. So I like the Draftkings price. George Kittle, I feel like he's in a good matchup tonight. You want to go throw him in your lineup. And also a guy that's cheap too for the Tennessee Titans, Jonnu Smith. He's 2,200 more on FanDuel, so play him on DraftKings at 3,400. Jonnu Smith, definitely a good play. He got 3 targets last week, 9 fantasy points. Just gotta have sleeper guys in your lineup, just see how the game script goes. But if I did, go give me a cheap tight end. Definitely have exposure to him. Like say for instance, Jonnu Smith, he's ridiculous touchdown catch last week, man, against the Chiefs. And he had a ridiculous catch last week. And the Chiefs allowed 6 catches and averaged 60.1 yards at the 5th most fantasy points of tight ends in the regular season. All that said, that's a guy you definitely want to have exposure to. If I want to get a cheap one, get Jonnu Smith. And just play around with it, man. These is like my core plays I love the most. And if I did want to go to a flex spot, if I want to flex somebody that I feel like got a lot of upside, is probably Travis Kelsey, but it's gonna be a lot of cap. You only got 2 positions. The defense, my favorite defense is definitely the 49ers. That's like my favorite defense, man. I just feel like playing the 49ers defense, smothered Cousins last week. Their defense is healthier. Showed last week with 6 sacks on Kirk Cousins. And I know A-Rod is a better quarterback, but they definitely going to put the pressure on him. 5 sacks and 11 fantasy points against on week 12 when they played. The Niners will cost not that much, but it's not as much as the Chiefs defense against the Titans. So I left the 49ers, man. Yeah, man, these are my plays I like, Hopefully this video will be helpful for you guys. Until next time, this is your boy Ron back with DFS Greatness. I'm out, man. Good luck, everyone, and let's get to the bag.